Welcome to the channel, YouTube world. I was just watching someone's video that I'm going to link down below. Rich from Review Tech USA talking about PS5 and Xbox Series X scalpers. And I totally agree with him that it should be illegal. Now, a lot of people will argue and say, well, buying a couple of consoles and then selling them for a higher price, that's technically not scalping. That's usually relating to like concert tickets or, hockey tickets or whatever. But it really does fall in the same kind of category, doesn't it? And what's even more disturbing, which I didn't know was on this scale, I've been looking on the Kijiji and the Craigslists or any type of classifieds, and sometimes you have some people that are like, I bought a couple of them and I didn't think I was going to get both pre-orders going through, so I'm going to sell this one for an extra couple of $100. So in Canadian dollars, instead of like, 565 with tax, some people were asking like 750, whatever. And I'm like, I probably would have done, something similar to that, to be fully honest with you. But when you go to the point that you're buying in the upwards of 3,500 consoles because you've got bots on your computer that are able to go just, that's why it's called a bot. They're able to go much quicker than the human, whatever the hell it is they do to purchase all these consoles out. That's where I have a fucking problem, and that's where you end up being a piece of dog shite. And it should absolutely be illegal. So if you see that on Amazon, on eBay, any type of Kijiji, Craigslist, Facebook, I don't care where it is, ban the shit. It's that simple. No console should go for $1,500, and nobody should be able to go around the limit of one per customer to have it so that everybody has a fair chance at this when these pricks are going around buying out all of them. There's a few people in my hometown, and you see them displayed with all their consoles. That's like in the back of their van or whatever. There's some stores, like let's say a Best Buy gets like, let's say 35 units. And this one motherfucker gets all 35 of those consoles. One guy gets all of them, turns around and sells them all. Now, a lot of people are going to blame Sony. They're going to blame Microsoft. Well, you should have met the demand and there wouldn't be these scalpers. That's not an excuse to take a part of that behavior. Also, if you're partaking in buying from the scalpers, you're really not much better because you're now the reason why these people are able to get away with selling these consoles at the upwards of an average of about $1,200 a pop, because people are actually buying them at that price. There's a guy on Kijiji, every day I check his ad, and he had like 25 of these consoles, and every other day his number just keeps dwindling and dwindling down. And I think just yesterday or the day before, he's down to his last like 2 consoles. So he had about 20 of them, and he's been selling them at about $1,000 a piece. Well, you do the math, he's been making a pretty penny. Like I said, it's a smart move, but it's a dick move, and it should absolutely be illegal. It's almost like a weird form of like monopolizing, a product that when it first comes out, you're just all over it. It also happened with, what was it, the RTX 3080 or 3090? This year, there's just been a lot of scalping, a lot of people just buying out everything, and especially during a pandemic where a lot of people are even more financially strapped than ever. It's just an absolute dick move. Again, would I have bought a couple of PlayStations and maybe sold one for an extra few $100 and then turned around and sold my PlayStation 4 Pro for a few $100 so that it almost pays off my console because I'm such a poor little prick? Yeah, I would have. But when you're buying more than 2, even 2, but I'm just saying, you start buying like a bunch of them, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I really wish that Sony, I really wish Amazon, Microsoft would just crack down on it. I think it's unethical. It's just not a healthy practice. We just don't have a chance. And especially this time around, because of the pandemic, because you can't just walk in to a store and buy your shiny little console, you have to buy them online. Like I said, you're competing with bots. So what am I supposed to do now? Get into the whole bot thing and try to figure out how to even just score one of them? Like, that to me is unfair. The whole first come, first serve, I get that. But when you're on a website and you're getting ready for a pre order and it goes from coming soon to sold out in the blink of an eye, like bullshit. Like, that's just absolute bullshit right there. You know, I get it. First come, first serve. You didn't make it. I tried lining up for some pre orders almost half a dozen times. And I just didn't get lucky. Now I'm looking for the PlayStation. There was a few times I was able to get my hands on an Xbox One X or Series X. What a stupid name. At least it looks okay. And I said, you know what? This isn't really the console that I want. I could easily buy it, sell it for an extra couple of $100. I mean, I'm a poor prick. I barely make like 14,000 a year. Canadian. That's like 10,000 US dollars a year. It's absolute shit what I make. And there's been 3 or 4 occasions that I could have bought a Series X and easily turned around and sold it for an extra $200 or $300. But I was like, you know what? That's going to be my gift to that person that gets it. Hopefully it goes to the right person, mind you. I was like, let me just not even buy it and let the person who really wants it, that's really going to just play it, enjoy it. That's like my gift to them. I'm partaking and not partaking in that behavior, you know? But like I said, the PS5, yes, I have to admit, I would have been absolutely tempted. Some people pre ordered a few consoles, right? Because they didn't know if they were going to get one. I know a friend of a friend, they bought like 6 Xbox Series X's, but they ended up only getting 2. So they bought one, and then they asked a friend if they wanted to buy it, and they just sold it to them at retail price, right? So me, like I said, would I have charged an extra $150 if I would have gotten to? Sure. Still probably not a nice thing, but I'm just being honest that I probably would have done that. Oh, man. Crazy. But there's also a lot of issues with these new consoles. And that's the other thing I want to finish off with. Unless you're buying it from Best Buy or Walmart, you're actually not going to be able to get much out of your PS5 or your Series X if there's something wrong with it. There's a lot of people that are having issues. Some people now, they were having problems with their external hard drive with their PS4 games that completely bricked their PS5. Some of them are coil whining, or they just won't reboot, or there's weird graphical anomalies and artifacting while they're playing games. But you can't go back to like a place like EB Games or Shoppers Drug Mart or The Source, which used to be Radio Shack, if you purchased it from somebody else, because they don't like scalpers. So EB Games said, well, no, because that means you bought it from a scalper. We want nothing to do with you. Now, you'll still get your 1-year, manufacturer's warranty. But if there's an issue, within like that whole 30 days, or especially with like Best Buy, because now it's extended holiday returns, right? So you have like 2 months. So if you bought it like on day one, you almost have like 2.5 months that you can play with your PlayStation or your Xbox. And if there's an issue with it, assuming there was stock, you would just be able to go back, swap it for another one, or get a gift card, or simply get your money back and wait for the next shipment to come in. Well, you buy from a scalper, not only are you paying a lot more, but you're losing that security. Hey, I've got the receipt. That's great. But unless it's Best Buy or Walmart that I know of, you're not going to get a gift card back, which at least, then you're stuck to that one location as well. And then if you bought it from Best Buy, but then later Walmart had it and you had to return it, get the gift card, you now can't buy it from the one at Walmart because you were stuck with Best Buy. So you are very limited when you're buying from a scalper. So that's why I really don't advise it. You're paying more and you're more limited. The only thing you're getting is your hands on the product quicker. That's my rant. I know that I've already ranted about it, and there's probably going to be more PS5, Xbox Series X, rants, because surprisingly, these seem to get more views than when I'm actually playing video games. I really do like just being able to talk into the camera without being distracted with a game, flip this on, look directly into the lens, and just let my mouth flap its gums at 100 miles an hour and see what comes out. Unscripted, raw, unedited. There it is. That's my rant. If you believe in scalping, you're a dingleberry twatbag. That's what you are. I don't really know what that means, but it's not a pleasant thing to be called. And if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It greatly helps support the channel with the algorithm. I know that I throw that in there a lot at the end of the videos, but it's more than just, oh, look, I'm cool, give me a thumbs up. No, it actually helps YouTube and, Google, who owns YouTube, go, yeah, I guess this guy's all right. He's got like a lot of thumbs up. Sure, let's push him up that ladder mountain of fame on YouTube. And if you didn't like the video, well, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. And I'll make sure when you buy a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, it ends up that when you open it, you are so overcome by joy and you're overwhelmed and you're wiping your tears and you're just about to be able to focus and see what you just got. It's the original Xbox. That's what it ends up being. The original Xbox. Exactly. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, unlike a lot of YouTubers that make sure you like and subscribe, guys. I post all the time. That doesn't mean anything. That would be greatly appreciated. But if you don't want to, wow, it's okay. Revolutionary, I know. It's okay. Thanks for stopping by. Take care. And hopefully I'll see at least some of you in the next video. Let me know down below what you think of the scalping of the consoles.